That's a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank all of you for being here. Mr. Perry, are you opposed to transparency in the 340B program?
No, sir, I am not. We
Then
are.
what's,
that's-
have
we are-
you
we
read our
give-
bill, the bill that Dr. Bouchon and Dr. Harshbarger and I, have you read that? Is there something in there that you're opposed to?
So you're talking about any component of the bill?
Any component of the bill, but particularly
Sure.
transparency.
Sure.
Particularly trying to show us exactly where this is going, how it's being spent.
Yeah, so I would be happy to share with you our 340B impact study that we do every single year.
No, that's
and
not
that
what
is-
I ask you. I
Okay.
ask you, are you opposed to transparency?
No, I'm certainly not opposed to transparency. I am opposed to transparency that cherry picks the type of information that completely distorts the way 340B is designed to do. So if you only provide information
So you were
about,
part
you-
of
may I-
the, you
can
were
I
part of
finish,
the
please?
program that this program, that 340B was established in?
I'm sorry, I was trying to finish. So if you only report on, let's say, charity care, and then you are, and especially in a state like Ohio that expanded Medicaid, okay, so there are very few people that have no insurance and have no resources because they're in Medicaid.
Mr. Perry, with all due respect, sir, I'm a pharmacist. I had 3 retail drugstores, and I participated in this program. So
Right.
you don't need to coach me about it. I understand it. I
just trying to
lived it.
understand what
I
you're
understand.
what you're asking.
But what I'm asking you is
Yeah.
about transparency. And I'm asking you, why are you opposed to it?
I told you I'm not opposed to transparency.
But-
I am,
but
I
now
am
you're going
opposed
to-
to I am opposed to transparency if you are collecting data in a way that is going to be used against organizations that provide a comprehensive set of services to patients, because you're only collecting a very small piece of it. So
Okay, well, thank you
that's
for
what it
your
is.
answer. You know, look, when this program was established, it was established to help low-income and vulnerable patients access
we do.
to. And
Yes,
I'm,
yes.
I'm sorry. Thank you for your answer.
thank you.
Okay. When this program was intended to do was to give low-income and vulnerable patients access to affordable medicines, and what it has evolved into is something far beyond that. We've got now situations where hospitals, healthcare systems are buying practices up for no other reason but to get the pricing of 340B. I've seen it firsthand, and you can't convince me that that's not happening, and that's what we're trying to resolve. We're trying to keep a program that is a beneficial program that is going to help low-income and vulnerable people. We're trying to keep it going, and that's the intent here. That's the intent of our bill, is to have transparency in here. The Cleveland Clinic Health System, which is structured as a nonprofit health system, generated approximately $136 million in revenue from the 340B program in 2020. Yet the Wall Street Journal analysis, in a Wall Street Journal analysis, the charity care the main hospital wrote off represented less than 2%. Less than 2%. That, you know, Dr. Giorio, is it reasonable to think that some business decisions are not being made in the best interest of patients and instead are designed to maximize 340B profits?
Absolutely, and we see this on the front lines every day. I've mentioned hospitals turfing patients to us when they show up in their ER. Then they do what we in healthcare call a wallet biopsy, and if they don't pass that, they send them to our community hospital instead of keeping them, taking care of them there. So there's no question that goes on.
How can we ensure that most of the funds in the program are reaching underserved patients that this program is supposed to benefit? How can we do that?
Yeah, I think simple transparency, as you brought up. Yeah, just showing who purchased the drug, who reimbursed the drug, which patient it went to, and then how much revenue was made off of that resale.
And have you looked at our legislation that we've introduced?
I have, yes.
And what do you think?
Yeah, I think the transparency is great. I think including outpatient child sites for the dish calculation is a great step, including possibly adjusting the overall dish calculation. I like having it targeted at a percentile of dish hospitals rather than an arbitrary cutoff. I think there's a lot of great things. It's a great start, and thank
Ms.
you.
Veer, I've worked with a lot of FQHCs, and I'm trying to keep this program going primarily for them, because that's what it was intended for those types of facilities. And have you read the legislation?
I
you
have.
seen it? And do you
Yes,
think that this would help the FQHCs?
I think this is an exceptional starting place, and it was critically needed. I think
Right.
there's still some...
I mean, they've even come to me and they want to start a 340C program. They want to just start over.
Yeah, and I've heard that, and Congressman, I would respectfully say, dealing with a single entity-centric solution doesn't work, because this program needs to work as a whole across the healthcare delivery system. You can't just fix it for health centers.
Right, right. I understand, and I've told them that, and I've agreed that that's not the way for us to go. But I still feel like that our legislation that we've introduced is a good start, as you say, and would help sustain this program that is much, much needed. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for allowing me to wave on, and thank all of you again for being here.
Seeing there are no further members